Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the 15-year veteran Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers as they take on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings. With that, we send you up to US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Standing by our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside US Bank Stadium. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. From up top, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. And Charles, an NFC North matchup here, the so-called black and blue division.
Atta baby, show that age.
It's going to be a battle in 2019 as well. Who do you like out of this division?
Well, Chicago is a defending champion, and they play defense as well as anyone in the league, so you have to like their chances to repeat. Minnesota thought they were going to run the division, had a rough year. That's not normal Vikings football. They'll get back into the fray. Green Bay had such an underwhelming season last year. They changed coaches, but they still have number 12 throwing the football. And Detroit, they're on a crusade to eliminate bad football and get back to being the Lions that roar.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Vikings heading out, and it's Kirk Cousins at the helm in his second season in purple and white, 8th year overall. 30 touchdown passes for him a season ago. That's a career high as he aims to get the Vikings back into the postseason. On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says, our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. He's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Go ahead, take a seat. You can't stop me.
Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early 2nd and long. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. And the offensive starters for the Vikings.
And running back Dalvin Cook was drafted in 2017 to be the lead runner for the Vikings, and he should love what they're putting in for him in 2019. This is a run-first, run-heavy offense as dictated by their head coach. Dalvin Cook should get more than enough carries to threaten 1,000 yards rushing this season.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Working out of the gun, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 43. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 28 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Check, Mike 42. Blue down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Let's see what you got.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. And a peek at the defense for the Packers.
Safety Adrian Amos was a free agent in 2018, and division rival Green Bay took note and brought him to Wisconsin to patrol the center of their defense and also drop down near the line of scrimmage and make some big-time plays in the running game.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. From the gun, here's Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A bad 3rd down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down, now they lose it. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer 1st down.
Keep it up, guys.
On 1st down, Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him. 2
plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. The 3rd year back from BYU, Jamal Williams with a carry. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Run coverage excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep is a very dangerous Mike Hughes. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Charles, the Minnesota Vikings 9-4 right now. They're coming out here for their next drive. But, you know, that 9-4 record holds them firmly right now in the 6th seed following the 20-7 win over Detroit in Week 14. Green Bay also a winner in Week 14, so the Vikings sit a game behind the pack for the NFC North title. It's a lot of good races down the stretch. The NFC North is going to be another one.
It is, and don't forget, when they do play Green Bay, this game will be in Minnesota. So it could have huge implications for the Vikings if they hope to vault up from the number 6 seed, because as it stands right now, if the season ended today, Minnesota would play at New Orleans. They're hoping to improve that seeding and somehow find a way to host a playoff game.
You mentioned that Green Bay game. That's Week 16. The two around that, first at the Chargers and then home to Chicago to finish off the season. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. To throw is Cousins. And Diggs has it. 22 yards there, a first down.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard. You probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. It's caught inside the 25. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30. No score after one on EA Sports. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Cousins again. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11th. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Again, it's Cousins. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now 1st and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think.
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. Throwing his Cousins. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. From 4 yards out, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's polished off by a Vikings score. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. CD, let's talk about where the Green Bay Packers are right now as they come back out here for this next drive. You know, they're in a much better spot than they were before Week 14 kicked off, because before Week 14, Seattle and New Orleans were on target to earn the top 2 spots in the NFC playoff race. Heading towards Week 15, however, 2 new teams are on target. That's the 49ers and these Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that they can let up at all, though. They haven't locked down anything because they got some tough games down the stretch. They're going to host Chicago this Sunday coming up. They had just beaten the Giants and Washington the last 2 weeks. Things are going to jump up a little bit now. So Aaron Rodgers said it was frustrating not being able to put Washington away, but they feel good to be 10-3 and ready to get ready for the Chicago Bears.
And you'll be there for that game. But not only did they struggle to put Washington away, the week prior it was the Giants who gave them fits, so they're going to have to play better against Chicago. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Coming to you.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. The connection made. It's Graham. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Go. Go.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. It's complete to Williams. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it with Jones. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
First down, Packers.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Rodgers going to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. There for the sack, Everson Griffin.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So on now for the Packers is their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's Kirk Cousins now, the centerpiece of our player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
To throw again on second down. Cousins, incomplete.
Intended for Adam Thielen. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Cousins now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Tyler Ervin back deep. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. At their own 44. They begin the drive with Williams. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Off the draw, here's Williams. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Here we go.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And Adams has it complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Green Bay.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you gotta expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon God.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They start the second half here with Williams. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw is Rodgers. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 26.
Well, One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They run it again with Williams. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's third down.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first, this one from 38. The kick by Crosby is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense, it's really kind of geared to stop that play. Your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
2nd and 5 now. Cousins, and he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Let me what you got.
Now Cousins.
Give me some.
And that is incomplete.
Cousins pass. Incomplete on the throwaway. Results in a 4th down.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the second time. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 15.
Let's go, defense.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 17, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Watch the pass.
On 2nd down and 4, Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And able to find Graham. Complete. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line.
First down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Jimmy Graham. Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
Here's second and 10 now from the 29. Rodgers throwing again. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. It's Williams on the catch. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for a 4th quarter lead. And Crosby puts it through. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working out of the gun, Cousins. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Single.
Cousins to throw it. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
3rd down and 7.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Cousins pass. Intended for Adam Thielen. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You talk about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right, safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Here's Rodgers. Going to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Here's Rodgers to throw. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Squeeze, squeeze, double, double.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
So Cousins and the Vikings down 9-7. A minute 44 to go. A field goal would be a game winner as they come up on first down.
Check, Mike 42. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Cousins to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins. And his throw is incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. A big play there. Cousins to Thielen. 43 yards. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
Foul. Face mask. Defense.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A shotgun handoff. This is Abdullah. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Again, it's Cook. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Cousins. And he can't get a throw away. he's taken down. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
So a big kick coming now for Dan Bailey. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick is good. Not by much. It was leaking oil in the end, but he tucks it in the bottom right corner. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go!
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Rodgers to throw. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.